Welcome back, my friends. This is your psychologist, Anadine Alvarez. I am happy to share with you today about the ego. So, today I'm going to share with you how Sigmund Freud actually put it. So, he actually did it in he categorized it in three different ways, and he did it the id, the ego, and the superego. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the each one, so you know, and so you can actually analyze yourself and see where you are and where you want to be and how you want to work, or what do you want to do to actually get there. So the id is chaotic, is someone that is always doing things unconsciously or automatic, doesn't really think through before he talks. He's always primitive. He's the one, he always wants to be first. He wants to self-satisfy himself all the time. He is very impulsive, very demanding, very selfish, and according to him, and it's also very inconsistent. So according to Freud, we are born this way, and I mean, it doesn't sound very nice to have all these things. You know, you didn't actually learn it anywhere. You were born with all these things according to, to his theory. So if we start thinking about the little kids, we start seeing little ones growing up and start like playing with their toys, and when another kid comes along and wants to like use their toy, they don't want to share. They're very selfish. They want it for their own. They want all the attention for them. They want to make sure that everybody's paying attention to them. So this little kid a lot of times grow up to become that adult, using the same behaving the same way. So because you probably know people like that always want to be the center of attention and getting making sure that he's being satisfied, self-satisfying. He's very selfish, and he's very impulsive and all this. I'm sure we all know someone like that, right? Hopefully it's not you, but if it is you, it's okay. You can always work towards changing a lot of things that you would, maybe you want to change to become that better person for you and for the ones who are around you. So what's the ego? A lot of people have a different concepts of what the ego is, and most of the people think, oh well, we're gonna hurt his ego, and they think the ego is the id. And they're thinking that the ego is the selfish one, but no. According to Freud, the id is the one that is selfish. The ego is more down to earth. According to him, he says that the ego is a person that goes by principle. He's very rational. He's very reasonable. He's very conscious about his decisions. Very logical. He regular his thoughts and actions. He does delay gratification though, so he's still, he's grateful, but he delays gratification. He's moderate, so he's always monitoring what's going on, and so he's more down to earth, not just thinking about himself like the it. But now, he also talked about the superego. So, what is the superego? And the superego is how we ought to be outside, uh, you know, outside in the world with socializing with people. We want to, how do we want to see ourselves? Or we act this way. We act, or we fake, or we act, or this is how we want to see ourselves, and or how we want other people to see us. So this is the perfect one. This is the one that is very civilized, with very high standards of judgments. He has morality as one of his principles, very conscious, never lose control, very, he has great ideals, and this is where he gets his great ideals, and starts setting really high goals. So the super ego is how we want to be. or how we act out there. So we don't want to be in the id for sure. um, the ego is good, but we always want to like kind of reach into the super ego. We don't, to the point where it becomes real, where it's not just fake, that we are faking to, for society to be this way, to be, you know, respectful and civilized and all this stuff. We don't want this to be fake. We want this to be real. So and we can actually work to get there. So it's not that you're gonna feel over people. You're gonna feel you're gonna have that feeling of grandiosity. No, no. Or you're gonna look at people down over your shoulders. It's not about feeling this way. The superego is mostly is how like it's approaching you to actually look for the, become that the good or the better person, to become that maybe perfect. We want to look for perfection, and maybe we will never be perfect, but we want to reach out. So the more you reach out, the stretching is what makes you better. See, if you just stay there like in the ego, you have a little bit of a, you're reasonable and you have principles and everything, but you kind of stay there and you don't like reach out to be better every day. So the stretching is the important thing, because you're actually reaching out to become a better person every day, for you, for your loved ones, for your kids, for your friends, for, as a son, as a parent, as a friend, as a sister, brother. It doesn't matter, as a worker, as a business owner, wherever you are, becoming that better person is what we want to reach. That's the stretching. That's why the superego, this is how I understand it. I know this is how he actually put it there, but it seems to me like the superego is not that person that is really prideful. No, the prideful one is the id. The id is the one that is very selfish and prideful. The superego is more like, this is how I want to be. How do we ought to be? And kind of like looking for perfection. So it was I just wanted to share this with you, because I know sometimes we have a different idea of each meaning of what it is, and we're always thinking, oh, you're gonna hurt my ego. But once we kind of look into what it really means and how Simon Freud actually put it out there for us, it makes a lot of sense. So wanted to share this with you. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Make sure uh, you subscribe, and so you can start getting more of my videos. I am going to do a couple more videos coming up. One is going to be about fear, how to overcome fear, and I'm gonna continue talking about strengthening your self-esteem, which I said I was going to give more points. And I'm also going to talk about, gosh, I have so many topics that I have in my mind, but just keep in touch. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you can get the new videos coming up. And you have a great rest of your day or night, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye bye.